Welcome back. If you wondering the different setup, we actually in the conference room, and it's out of the studio downstairs, and it's a lot better. The reason why I wanted to do this is because nobody actually get to see her. Okay, you get a side view, and when I mean her, that is actually Dee, actually Deonna. Pretty sure everybody already know who Karen is. Y'all see her all the time. You know who I am. You see me all the time, but I feel like every time we talk, y'all don't get to see her. You get to see a side view of her.
Right.
Now this is the first time you get to see her, so you can actually say hi to the audience.
Hello.
So, like I said, we here in the conference room. Nice little setup. You got the trees back there, some greenery, and it's like 80 something degrees outside. I didn't really dress properly. No. My car dressed properly is almost naked. But I didn't dress properly.
It's okay. No, you dress fine.
I need to rethink that. Like, it's hot as hell.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No,
is.
it is not. No, it's nice weather. It's
hot.
not.
It's hot.
Tomorrow gonna be 60, so you fine.
It's probably like 45. It's like 45 is snowing. Like it's New England at this point. Like honestly, I don't know. Like it could be a blizzard. But again, everybody, welcome. Today's segment is pet peeves. So I don't want to start off mine because I think mine's a little long list. But before the show, kind of Dee or Deonna asked me like, how petty can we be? So I don't know. Maybe her list is a lot longer than mine. Let's just find out. Technically, we are two Libras, so we probably be like neck to neck. But I'm curious. With that said, I want to actually hear your pet peeves, and you can list all of them, or you can list, a little bit. And it goes for anybody, including your mom too.
Better not be. I won't say it, but
I bet you learned your lesson last time.
Yeah.
Bet you learned
I won't say it.
last time. Close that mouth. Real quick.
Oh, that's funny. That was hilarious.
All right. Yeah. So what's your pet peeves?
Oh God. I don't honestly, I can't point it out. It's like as it comes, I don't like it. Like
Okay.
when it comes, like I don't like people that are loud. That kind of I don't like that. That's a pet peeve.
Emotion wise or like vocal?
Like just loud. I don't like that. Like when you talk to me, don't yell at me. It's
Okay.
like very loud. I don't like that.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Oh, that's a lot. I just can't get it right now. like certain accents, I don't like. It just aggravates me.
Yeah. That's kind of.
It kind of aggravates me. Like I don't like. I don't want to come off like really bad.
Don't bite your tongue. Go ahead. Say it. Say
Like certain southern accents. It kind of aggravates me a little. Like a little.
Southern.
Yeah.
Like how southern we talking about?
Like,
Talking about the bayou southern?
Yeah, like kind of like hillbilly, like that kind of talk. Like I don't mind southern accents as far as like if you can do it really well, then by all means good go. But certain accents it just really gets to me.
That's so funny.
Okay.
It does.
Southern
Picture your face reaction, like
I don't want to.
Like, what are you saying? What?
Hilarious.
You got a dictionary?
Like, that kind of bothers me. Or asking a lot of questions. I don't like that either.
That's definitely on my list.
Yeah, like if you repeatedly ask me questions over questions, it's just like, hey, shut up. Like,
Yeah.
why you asking so many
Really?
questions? I don't like it.
That is one
Especially
of my
like
pet
if I'm
peeves.
trying to get to know you, you're asking me a lot of. It's like I don't know who you are, so like why don't you just can I ask you some questions? Or like cutting me off.
Oh, that's
I don't like
Yeah.
that.
that's on
either.
mine too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Yeah.
that.
Because
Let me
if I'm
finish,
if I'm really emotional about a topic, which is like always, like it is, it's like practically always.
Okay.
I'm a very emotional person when it comes to certain topics, so I don't like that. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Like let me talk.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Or like I have really bad road rage. Or you're cutting me off like as far as or like flicking me off.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
Don't like that.
I'm sorry. She didn't have a lot?
I mean,
That's like 5.
that's fine.
You go ahead. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Yeah.
She's just like,
It's coming.
Keep going.
I like
keep going.
that.
Or like smacking. I don't like that. People smack their food. That drives me crazy.
That's not a pet peeve, but it do kind of irk me. I'm like,
That's
close
a
your
pet
mouth.
peeve.
That's nasty.
Or like
Yeah, it
using
is.
like the knife and like just the sound of the knife.
Scraping?
Or
Yeah.
when you're eating, and your
Yeah,
teeth,
that's a pet
and
peeve.
Okay.
and your teeth hitting the fork.
It's like
Okay.
doing that. I don't like that either.
Yeah. I feel you on that one.
What else? That's a good start.
Okay. What is your pet peeves in relationships?
Oh.
Yeah. Can't think about that now.
Right? In a relationship. Oh, I know one. When they make me look dumb, I don't like that. Like, if I get a word wrong, or if I'm trying to like tell you about like my schooling, like, well, I did it before you did. Like, one up.
Oh, gotcha.
That's a pet peeve.
Okay.
Because it's like, well, I'm competing with you. It shouldn't be a competition. It should be like, I should tell you how it is, and you give me advice or whatever. I don't like the whole entire. I'm competing with you. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
Or narcissistic. Fuck themselves. Don't like that.
Carolyn, wait, it's my turn.
Wait,
it's my turn. I got something to say.
I don't like that. Or sometimes like being a mama's boy a little bit can be like a pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
Like, cause I know like every guy or some guys are mama's boys, but just no problem. But it's like to a certain extent.
Okay, I get that.
You know, like I don't want you like, why's your mom still washing your clothes? You didn't talk about that. Like that shouldn't be the case.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. Or what have I experienced? That's probably about it. So yeah.
So, that was good.
What about you, my dear? What is your pet peeve?
Lord have mercy. I ain't gonna lie, I prayed because I was like, should I say this?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, but the audience may not like it.
It is what it is. It doesn't matter. Y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna accept it for who we are, and as you see it is what it is.
That's it.
So
and I'm real, ladies. I'm ladies. Ladies.
Oh damn. Okay.
Okay. Spring and summer's here. Well, coming. Summer's coming. Spring is here. The nice weather's going, it's going to heat up after a while.
Yeah, yep.
Ladies, please. My pet peeve is make sure your feet is done.
Okay.
And let me explain. Your heel of your foot should not look like you took your foot and rolled it in cigarette ashes.
Okay.
Okay. That's nasty. And it's not attractive at all.
No.
And I stare at it in line. I do. I'm like,
Yeah. You be like, look at that.
Yo.
Yeah. I'm like, Dee, look. And I literally stare. I'm like, you could be talking to me. I don't hear a word you saying, and I'm focused. Yeah, and I'm like,
like how dare you?
Yeah, and I'm like,
why you come out the house?
Right?
Like, what is wrong with you? Okay.
That's not attractive. That's not attractive. I mean, I want to. You and me, is that attractive to you?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a foot fetish, so I don't look at women's feet.
Okay, that's like, okay.
That's also hygiene. You should be, up with yourself.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah.
And if you can't afford to have a pedicure done, you know what? They got all these things in Walgreens or Walmart that you can buy, and you can use it on your heel of your foot. It's not. I can't. Oh, that thing just goes through me. Okay. And then you're gonna polish your toes. If you're gonna wear open toe shoes or peep toe shoes, please make sure your toes polish all the way. With peeling toe polish. Okay, that's disgusting.
Okay.
That drives me insane. It's like you really couldn't take 5-10 minutes, use fingernail polish remover and paint your whole toe over. You really have to be
with the peep toe. Something like
these are like the two that's showing, right? Yeah, paint the two. Paint the two and you good. But and ladies, if your shoe is too small and your toes are hanging over the top of your shoe.
That is kind of funny though.
Those are claws feet.
Yeah, that's just like.
I'm sorry. You walking on your toenails.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
That's like a whole nother game right there. That's just.
That's a distraction.
Yeah.
Literally, that's for me, because again, I'm gonna be staring. I'm like,
Yeah.
No, that's just not. That drives me.
Okay, so you don't like messed up feet. Let's just make that clear. That just pretty much messed up feet. Okay.
Yeah, because as a woman, you should always listen. I'm not saying that you got to be decked out from head to toe. I'm not saying that, but there's certain things about you that you need to carry and make sure it's on point. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
And again, you can have some bad shoes on. I'm a shoe girl. I love me some shoes. You can have some bad shoes on, but if the heel is ashy and gray, and lady, spend some time in Vaseline your feet.
Yeah.
Vaseline.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up. Vaseline or some.
Even if you use some turtle wax to put on your feet. I'm being funny.
I was like, wait, turtle wax. This is not a car. Nice bumpy shot. Like I can see my reflection in it now. Okay.
No, sissy, don't use turtle wax. I don't know like I said, well, she said use turtle wax. No, but Vaseline is good.
Okay. Or some lotion or something.
Something to moisturize, and then put socks over your foot so that way it'll keep that moisturizer in.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's ooh. That's
okay.
yeah.
Or like, I'm not sure about you, but like what I don't like is pet peeve of mine is like I get that people have acne, but like when you cake makeup on your acne, that aggravates me a little bit to a certain extent.
That actually
I'm just like,
makes it even worse though.
It does, and I'm just like, I get that because I have acne. Like everyone has, it's common, but it's like if you're gonna wear makeup according to like your acne. Like, come on, we're not perfect, and we're gonna have acne, but it's like don't cake it on because it makes it 10 times worse, and it's just like you look crazy at that point, and it's like no. That's why I get like good moisturizer or like those face masks. I use it. Like I go do the shea moisturizer. They were good, girl. Get some. Like promoting real quick. Better like listen.
For real.
For
real. Because you may not know. You may not know.
No,
so we're here to help sisters out because some men are into feet.
Yeah,
a lot are actually, which is crazy.
A lot of them are, and then the first thing they look, okay, boomerang. Come on now.
That's what Eddie Murphy, by the way.
I finally saw it, the movie.
Oh,
I did. I finally saw it.
It was good.
I liked it. Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you,
a couple months, but I finally saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. He was all about listen, hammer time. We ain't talking about MC Hammer. I'm talking about when you got them knots. Them big knots, mountains on top of your toes. You know what I mean?
Bunions.
Yeah, and some men don't like that.
No. I mean, I'm not a foot person per se, but if you do have some jacked up feet, that is a turn off. I'm not gonna go on my way to purposely say, hey, take your shoes off, let me see your feet. Just basically in a movie. I won't do that, but when it comes down to it, if we out like at the park or at the beach, if I so happen to look down at your feet and they're kind of jacked up, then I don't know. I'm going to think twice of hanging out with you.
Yeah.
I might not bring no turtle wax in there. I'll just leave you at like Pet Boys or something. But no, feet is not one of my pet peeves. I don't want to get on mine yet because, like I said, I do have a long list. But I do want to hear your pet peeves more. Other than feet, in your relationship with E, what was your pet peeves?
Let me see. I'm just trying to think because I know what he had for me was like getting out of the shower and your feet are wet and you stepping out on the rug.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, that drove him crazy. And so it's like, okay, I understand that. Mine would be.
I'm so excited.
It's like, mine. I remember.
Okay, so this is the sink, right? He will walk by and put the cup on the counter instead of putting it in the sink.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that your pet peeve too?
No. But it's true though.
Oh, okay.
It's
true. I'm like, babe, this literally
sink is right there.
You just over. It's and the sink is deep and it's you can't miss it. You can't. Just I'm like I don't get it. Help me understand. Why.
You just can't replace it.
Just put it, exactly. And see, one of my things I don't like dishes in my sink. I flip. I get up in the morning. I come downstairs. I like my kitchen to be nice and clean. And if there's a cup or a fork or a spoon, that's one of my pet peeves too. I don't like that. I don't. You see my whole attitude just change.
Yeah, I feel with that.
Yeah, I don't like that. So So I would say that's one of my pet peeves, which I'm still trying to figure out why he just completely missed the sink. But maybe one day.
Put the cup in the sink.
In the sink,
bro,
in the sink, babe, in the sink. Yeah.
Just come on, just
put in the sink. Yeah.
There you go. Cup, sink. There you go.
And the funny thing is, if there's something in the cup, he'll pour it out in the sink and then put.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
He does that. I'm like,
we all got a porch. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, we're not perfect.
That is true. But
sometimes we make mistakes.
Yeah, you just gotta look like what that side look like.
Like, really?
Okay,
like, really?
Yeah.
Like, you're just gonna pour the liquid out,
and
but then put the cup back on the counter. You could have just.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come through out and just keep it in the
Yeah, you know.
Cool.
So, you know, maybe one day I'll figure that one out. But that's one of my pet peeves with him that drives me insane. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I fuss all the time too. So.
I think I fuss all the time.
I do. I think that's it. What I can think of for right now.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I will start mine off saying I just want to clear the air. I am a control freak. So.
Really.
Yeah. Everything with my pet peeves come from the lack of control, but it's a deeper rooted issue that I have with control, and it's not the fact that I want to control people. That's not what I want. I just want people to use common sense when it needs to be common sense. With that said,
I can agree with that. Some things should be common. Like, why are you doing that?
Every sense ain't common.
That is true. You did say that. My biggest pet peeve, what you said. Stop asking me questions. If you ask me one time, don't repeat yourself. I have a 3-question limit. You say it once, I'm okay. You say it twice, you're pissing me off. You say it 3 times, I'm going to kill you.
That's awful.
Yes,
that's
it is.
Common sense. That's not
Thank
awful.
You.
Perfect. Perfect. No, see,
Thank you.
I know I'm going to lose this battle. I know I am. But I'm going to stand strong.
Okay.
For those who disagree, I'm going to stand strong for you guys.
Okay.
But what if they don't understand? Okay, say for me. That's why you saw her face reaction, right?
Yeah.
If I ask you a question and you answer me and I don't understand what you're saying to me, right? So I'm going to say, okay, I don't get it. I don't understand what you're saying. So then, but the second time around, I'm asking you, you're going to be pissed off already.
Okay. So let me clear it up.
Okay.
So if you ask me the same question in the same format and I give you the same answer and you look at me and you reply to me like you understand, but you repeat yourself in the same exact format of that same question, I'm losing my shit. Now, if you ask me again that you don't understand, that's different. Then that means I gotta re-deliver the message so you can understand better. That's totally different.
Okay, I get
it's just repeating yourself multiple times when I already answered the question.
Gotcha.
Now, another one to sum up with that one or to add to that one, if I already answered the question, don't ask me what are we doing. I just told you the answer.
That's funny.
Don't. Like, I will lose. Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I'll go, again, this comes with control.
I can see the face react.
Like, I mean, I lose my, oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, there's more to that. I don't want to draw that particular topic. Let's just move to another one. Table manners. Okay, sitting down at the table. The last time I checked, a table was meant to be sit at. Okay, it is not to have any type of electronics. It is not meant to have no clothes. Pretty much, food is on the table.
Right.
So when you at the table, there should be no distractions.
Right.
I hate when I even go out, even in my own life. Like, I even have to like make this even for my partner and my daughter. Like, there's no electronics at the table, and I mean. Yes. It should not be on the table face down because that sends a message on that phone is more important than that table.
I agree.
That's my biggest pet peeve. Yep. Take the table. My daughter knows that. We're established that. She even like calls me out sometimes if I'm looking at my watch. She's like, "Daddy, I'm like, got you, cool.
Right.
I got that right there." What I found out recently, especially in this crisis, and I knew a little bit, but it didn't really bother me because I was kind of distracted by my own work. When people say they're going to do something and don't follow through,
I can understand that one too. I can understand that one too.
Don't come to me and say like, "Ty, I'm about to do this," and then 2 days later, you didn't do it.
That's true.
Like I'm about to freak out.
That's true. That's true.
My number one pet peeve of all time: complaining.
Really?
Complaining.
So that's why you got your sign in your gym.
Yeah, that's why I got rules. I got 10 major rules. And I think rule 8 is if you complain, I'm sending you home. Yeah. Like I can't. The reason why is, and not to get too deep on this right here, is everybody on this planet, not just in this room, but on this planet, your life is a gift.
That's right.
We can find every negative thing in the world that could go wrong.
Right.
Why do you want to feed into that?
Yeah, that's true.
When you get this, I mean, one time. I mean, there's no do-overs, there's no pause button, there's no like, oh, when I'm on my deathbed, let's just rewind time. I forgot to do a couple things. No, you don't get that. You don't get a do-over. So every time that you invest into that complaining of, or why that person did this, or why did I need to get that job, or why I didn't make this much money, all that you complain about is in your control.
That's true.
Like, you can do something about it. If you didn't make that much money at work, look at your performance. Are you actually performing in a way that you should get a raise? If you're not, and let's be honest, a lot of us do not perform at 100% at work.
That is true.
But you
that is true.
Expect 100% of your pay.
Like, that is true.
I think I one of my speeches, like when I actually like settle people, is if you come into this gym expecting 100% results but give me 4%, how do that math work out?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So if that same translation of you coming into your job at 4%, but you expect your boss to give you 100% pay, nah.
Right.
Your pay reflects on your reaction,
your performance.
on your performance and everything else.
That's right.
So don't get mad because you didn't get raised, or Susan down the hall got a raise because she worked late. She actually stayed after, volunteered her time and stuff like that. Again, I'm not saying be like that person, but do is what is required for you to go to the next level.
Your drive has to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Like, I never understand people complaining. And the main thing in relationships, oh, I want a better relationship, but you stuck in a crappy relationship. Like, like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, you complain about your partner. Your partner is not doing X, Y, and Z, stuff like you so unhappy. Why are you still there? What, like, why are you still there? I know it's easy for me, and I mean, it's very easy and it's bad.
I believe it.
He
even said it. She didn't finish. I believe it.
Okay,
I know she's gonna say.
I missed this, but then y'all think alike too. So I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I'm like the last one that understand what the heck going on. But
we talked about this. I think this was like before the episode with Ebony on how I can dismiss people very quickly.
Yeah, we did.
That's why I said I believe.
Yeah.
Finish. I believe it.
Like I can dismiss people very quickly, and that's a problem because I'm losing opportunity to get to know a person because of my pet peeves. Like, I don't allow people to go so far because as soon as they hit that barrier, I'm just cutting you off. Like, like it's over. Like, I just, not saying I can't come back from it. It's just, it's hard because when you already show me your cards and I get in my own head. So I'm like, okay, if you showing me this and this is not what I like, what's behind this? Like I'm good. Like,
now you see, dude, I'm like, yes. Yes. You know, people think what I say it is like, well, you gotta give people chances, Karen. No, if you're showing who you are right now, why would I want to continue to go down that road with you? Nah, pull it from the root so it will never grow back.
True. But I would say one thing I have learned, you can't dismiss people because most people react off of a stressful environment. So that first mess up that they ever showed you, whether they showed you their attitude or they dismissed you or whatever the case may be, you don't know where that came from.
I agree with that one. I totally agree. I agree with that.
So that's where I start learning, and I would say hats off to Junior. He definitely helped me out with that. I know when he was on the show last time that you said that we balance each other out, and he said that he's not that smart, and I'm very happy that you said that he is in his own way because he doesn't see how smart he is. And over time, like I even told him, like there's certain things that I even look up to him for. Like one, he wears his heart on his sleeve. Like he's not emotional, but he's very willing to jump into any type of emotional situation and invest in that.
Right.
Where me, I'm hesitant because I know what comes along with emotions. It's uncontrollable. You can't control emotion. So why do I want to go into a situation that I can't control?
Is that a fear that you have?
No. So okay. So where the control aspect comes from is the fact that I lost my mom. So the attention to details, time management, being disrespectful, that all come from my mom. So the 2 weeks leading up to my mother's death, I didn't know that she had cancer.
Oh.
Like at all. So if anybody, this is going to be very transparent for me, for just the insight about me, why I have a hard time with time and control, is the fact that I experienced death at a very early age, and I never understood it. And it took me 12 years to understand death. And in that process, what I understand about death is going to come.
That's it.
I mean, it's very as simple as it sounds. It's going to come.
It's going to come.
But within that, we get no number is actually guaranteed to us.
That's right.
So there's people dying at 60. There's people dying at 20. My mother died at 40. I think it was like 48.
Oh gosh, young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 48. I had her for 18 years.
Wow.
18 years. On my 18th birthday. My birthday is September. She died October.
Wow.
My birthday is September 27th. She died October 6th or 2nd.
You got to be kidding me.
On Sunday at 10 o'clock.
You remember the date and the time.
I can tell you again, because of the attention to details. When that one current event happened, a part of my brain actually developed attention to detail. So I could tell you the smell in the room. I could tell you the cartoons that I was watching. I could tell you on the couch. I can tell you the chair I was at, or the chair I was facing in, and how I was facing. The time that the doctor called me, what I did, the response of what I said was exactly word for word. He called and said, "Can I talk to Mr. Pratt?" I'm like, "There's no Mr. Pratt. I'm her son. What's going on?" She's like, "I'm sorry to let you know that your mother passed away at such and such time." And I said, "Okay, thank you." Hung up the phone.
Wow.
Watched the cartoon. I waited 45 minutes. And the person I was going to call was my girlfriend, but I ended up calling my ex-girlfriend at the time. So I guess my brain wanted me to call her over my girlfriend at the time.
Right.
And then I called my girlfriend, then I called my brother Marvin and Tony and then everybody else and stuff like that. And everybody, "Are you okay? You okay?" Literally, "I'm okay." Like completely shut down. Like as soon as I heard it, I lost all emotions. And I relied on intellect and what I can see. Nothing else, nothing more, no emotions. Anybody that will give me emotions, I will go the other way. So when I was in school going for all my degrees, I started learning about everything that I know about. And I was like, I see what happened. Okay, that was my defense on not to start the grieving process.
Right.
On feeling that hurt. So 11 years passed, I opened back up emotions, and it was like a floodgate.
Yeah.
So
you suppressed everything.
Yeah. So not just my mom's death, I had to deal with 11 years of stuff that I didn't deal with on top of my mother's death and on top of what was happening in Florida. So it was like, here you go.
Wow.
Figure it out. Do what you want to do with it. Luckily, I was strong enough. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I have a story to tell. And I think that's why everything that I do, other than the podcast and photography and everything else, even at the studio, is while I'm here, before I die, I want to do everything in my power without complaining. Because if you notice, you don't ever hear me say anything negative or complain about anything.
I don't understand that part. I don't. It's like, okay, you too happy all the time for me. I'm like, Ty, I'm good. You okay? I'm like, but I'm good. I'm like, okay, wait, this is not good. This is not good. But that's how you deal with stuff because of the past. You know,
exactly.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Only thing I would say is that the suppressing part that makes me nervous when people suppress things. You know, and I'm just grateful that when you did suppress all that 11 years that happened, that you didn't come out or you didn't turn to a direction where drugs or killing or stealing because or develop into that anger. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. So you took it and you took something that and it's part of life that happened. And the thing about I don't give anybody say ain't nobody ready to die.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. Nobody's ready to die.
No.
But you took all of that and you put all of that energy into something great. And now look at you. You know what I'm saying? But only thing I would literally be praying for you about is not to suppress because that makes me nervous.
Oh, I don't suppress anything now.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
okay.
If you listen. I
No,
mean,
no.
Other than you telling me not to cuss, I mean,
no, but
half a stuff come on my stuff
okay,
like flowingly. Like it comes out flowingly. Like I don't care what it is.
Let me take that suppress and say, okay, Ty, can you think before you say things to people?
Oh, yeah,
because
oh no, nah, Because
the thing you said to Ebony was like, if he said this,
nah. I refuse. Other than your well-being, I will always respect you. But anybody else, no. Like yo, like I'll be honest. Like I was quiet for 11 years, and I let not everybody, but I let 11 years go by and not say a mumbling word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna say everything. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna fail again. Like I don't care. If you don't like me, I don't like you either. I don't care.
That's how I feel. I'm like, that's okay. But you know what? You want people not to like you, and people don't understand that. But the reason why I say that because that drive gives you to. You ain't gotta like me because first of all, I always say there's more breath in my body. Because then there's less people you have to talk to. And I don't mean that in a negative way. No, but I take that, right. I take that. So you know what? Okay. That's why I don't believe in having a lot of friends. You know what I mean? And that's probably one of my pet peeves too. Having a lot of people around me. I don't like that because you know what? They suck the energy out of you. Yeah. They really do. They suck. Yeah. And then you wonder why you're always tired. And then it's like, I don't want to talk right now. Well, you got an attitude? Do I have to have an attitude because I don't feel like talking? Yeah. Why can't this just... Exactly. So I agree with you about saying how you feel. My kids always tell me, Mom, you're not rude, you're direct. Well, that's a good thing. At least you don't have to second guess where I'm coming from. And
that you said it perfectly. Anybody that come in contact with me, they will never have to know how I feel. I will tell you exactly how I feel. Exactly. Whether you believe me or not, that's totally up to you.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you exactly if I like you or not. If you believe me, cool. We can rock with it. If not, then I don't decode. That's another thing that I hate. If I tell you something, don't be like, but what do you mean? I just told you.
He goes back and explains.
Like I literally just told you. But what you mean? Like say that one more time. Say it one more time.
That would be me.
One more time.
What do you mean?
I see that. I'm like,
yes, Mom. Because literally I have a moment. I'm like, okay, but what do you mean? That would be me. I'm not even lying, Ty. That would literally be. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
But again, I think for certain people, I know what you're trying to say, so I can decode what you're trying to get at.
Right.
But for the most people, the general population, oh man, sometimes so.
That's so funny.
This is gonna sound very weird, and I think we talked about this probably last week. So, and for the people listening and watching, let me finish before you jump to conclusion on what I'm about to say. I will be very clear on what I'm about to say. Now, I don't like people. Now, I know that sounds very weird because my whole profession is helping people. Now, it's not the people that I don't like. It's the people emotions that they pretend to have. Okay, that's what I don't like. Understood. People do not know how to be their original self.
True.
They're trying to be a comic copy
Facts.
of something else that they have no idea they're trying to chase.
Yep.
So because of I feed off of a lot of emotions, if you come in my circle being fake, I'm already turned off.
True. Yeah.
Like just be I don't care how geeky you are, how nerdy or how smart, how athletic. I don't care.
Right. Right.
Be you.
Right.
And not to throw shade at you, if you have a southern accent, be you. Be you. I walk around with no judgment on anybody.
Right.
I do not care where you came from, no creed, no color. I don't care if you're big, small. I don't care. I ask for one thing and one thing only. Just be yourself. Right. And if you can't do that, that's fine. I won't be a part of your circle. Yeah. Like that's just me. I won't be a part of your circle. And I think that's from what you were saying, like not to have a lot of people in a circle. I got 3 people. And out of the 3 people, one of them was my daughter.
It's you have a choice.
Technically, yeah.
You have a choice.
Like I have a very limited circle is because I don't have the capacity of tolerating a lot of people.
Right.
I really don't.
That's
It takes a lot of energy for me to entertain people that's not real.
Right. It's all personalities too.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like,
and the older you get, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's so quick to cut people off. Like deuces. Yeah. Deuces.
Yeah. Go. When you're younger, you know, like I give Deonna so much credit because I see the things that she deals with and that she chooses to deal with. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here like, girl, you good, because that was me. Yeah, because you know, and it, again, I'm a lot older. You know what I mean? I'm about to be 52 in August, so things that are.
She don't live 52, right?
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's the first one.
I can't.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
But there's certain things in my life that's important to me, and there's certain things I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. You know what I mean? My thing is I'm trying to build. You know, I'm working to build. You know what I mean? To get where I want to be, and then and stay there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But when you allow so many people in your circle, that's why I always admire you, Ty, because you straight to the point. You know, there's no second guessing. It's like, you know, well, is he always like that? How you meet him is how he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't change.
Period.
I don't change.
I don't have time. I'm Karen today, tomorrow, forever. I don't have time to be Carrie tomorrow. I don't have time to be. I don't have time for that. I don't. That's just not me. If you don't like me, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's a good
I'm
thing,
well.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm well with that.
Right.
I am, because if everybody likes you,
that's a problem.
you doing something
I'm
wrong.
gonna say like.
You doing something wrong.
You must be selling some good ice cream.
I
mean,
true.
Because I never. I remember being younger. My mother always did tell me, like, boy, be careful. Like, everybody's not your friend. Like, stop calling people your friend when people are not your friend. They're your associates. Yeah. But they're not your friends. Like, your friends should be counted on your hand. 5 people, if that. Yeah. But it is true, like, being younger, like, you don't understand that concept of friends or associates until you get younger. And I think it kind of goes back to, like, knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think we all went through that phase of trying to know who we are. Like, right. I know I did. Right. Like, I didn't truly know myself until I had, like, probably, like, 25, maybe 25. Once my daughter was born when I was 27. Even then, like, I think when I hit 30, that's when it, like, hit me, like, yo, I actually have a life that I have to take care of. Like, that's what hit me. Not, like, there's a picture that I have of Deonna, like, I'm holding her, looking at her. It didn't register that I was a father.
Wow. Like,
it didn't click. Like, even when she called me daddy, I'm like, oh, that's cute. It still didn't click.
He saw that's cute.
Like, it's cute. It was cute. I was like, yeah. Like, I was like, oh, cute. That's right. I think when she started walking and when, like, we, like, really start bonding. Right. Like, really started bonding. Right. I realized, like, everything that I say, everything I do, like, she admires, she looks at me, I'm just like, oh, damn.
Yep.
Like I actually have to model a good life. Like, I got to do right, not just by me, but by her. Like,
that's right.
Okay, like, now I got to live by example. Like, I can't play around no more. Like, this is for real.
That's right.
So I think, like, in my 30s, like, when I turned 30, like, that's when I not woke up, but I guess you say I started being my authentic self and just not caring what anybody said. Like, I always had that not caring, but I think it was more like me being cocky. Like, cocky and arrogant, and just like, okay, screw you, just like, whatever. Yeah. But I think once I really got into, like, my 30s, I respect people more. Instead of just dismissing you, like, I respect you for whatever opinion that you have of me, I understand that that's your opinion of me.
Right.
My job is not to change that.
That's right.
I'm done trying to change everybody's opinion about me. Whatever opinions you got, clearly I'm showing you something for you to build that up.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm going to take that. And I think, like, a lot of people don't like to hear that, is the fact that whatever negative, and I can't even say negative, whatever criticism that people say, that's their opinion of you. Like, that's fine. That's what they see of you. It's not right or wrong. It's just whatever you doing, that's how they portray it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, this is how it is. I mean, if it comes out being negative, then now that's probably a red flag for you, because you probably heard that multiple times. Then that means you got to change that.
I'm sorry, but that's so true.
I mean,
that's so true.
What's negative? Like, as far as what? Because I know, like, with me and my friend group, they say, like, I'm bougie. And I'm like...
I don't understand that concept, though. What is bougie?
I don't know. I asked, like, what do you mean by that? Because you like the finer things in life. I said, well, I have standards. I'm not bougie. I just don't accept crap. That's all it is. And you accept it. Like, who am I to judge you off of that?
Right.
So it's like, some people's words, they translate to being negative, but in my head, it's not really negative. Like, I don't think being, like, bougie, like, wherever it is, or having standards is a negative thing. It's like, you just have respect for yourself.
Right.
So it's like, it depends on what they can deem, like, negative.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Like,
That's true.
I think one thing you said that negative words don't translate to negative to you. Negative words don't translate negative to me either. Like, I don't think I ever heard, or I probably heard a negative word, but it didn't come across negative in my ears. It was just like, oh, really? Okay.
Like bossy.
But
that's not negative. I'm about my business.
Exactly.
That's how I view it. Like, okay, I'm about my business.
Like,
cool.
thank you. Oh yeah.
So it's like,
bossy.
Yeah.
That's I like what you said though. It was funny because when Ty was talking, the word bougie came into my head, and I'm like, not that call me bougie. I'm just thinking because because people do they always want to label people.
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's a pet peeve too. Oh,
labels.
Yeah. I hate labels.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there.
God, I hate them.
I don't live by labels. I don't even like. If you notice, I always say my partner. Like, I don't say girlfriend. I don't say name. I don't say fiance. I don't say wife. I say partner. Okay, because one, I don't like labels. So that means my partner is whatever that means. And even if married or not, like, it still be partner. Because to me, putting a label on it, it comes with restrictions now. It comes with expectations that you are trying to fit in that you have no idea what you're trying to fit in. And I remember that we did a segment on expectations. So now when I'm talking about this, and I know people like, wait, what do you talk about, like not having a girlfriend or a fiance, stuff like that. Now, let me explain. When you hear girlfriend, okay, let's use y'all too. When you dating, when you hear boyfriend, if you call your partner boyfriend, what do you expect from your boyfriend?
Boyfriend things, like nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing husband. You
know,
husband,
no.
Boyfriend things.
But there you go. Boyfriend things. You expect boyfriend things. When you marry E, when he became your husband, what do you expect from him?
To act like a husband. What is the definition of husband? My protector, my provider.
Okay.
That's my expectation. And again, I'm going by because of what my dad did. You know what I'm saying?
But see now, y'all said exactly what I wanted to hear. Y'all both did not say, why don't you let that person be whoever they are?
Well, he was.
In the box though, but still was. like dang.
He was.
But no. I'm sorry, E. But no, that's the only reason why I don't like labels. Because when anybody say girlfriend or boyfriend, it comes with a list of preset things that, to be honest, we can't even fit already, because obviously you only be married once. As being a wife, you didn't know how to be a wife, but you learned in the process, right? As a girlfriend, I mean, that's different. Like, I'm pretty sure that you've been a girlfriend multiple times. I've been a boyfriend.
One time.
Oh, really?
She put my business out there, so I had to say it. She said, I'm like,
damn.
That's so funny.
Hey.
I was like,
One time?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll have
well, that, you know, the long,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was using this. So,
You don't even have to come back with this. Wait. How do I come back and say something like that?
So, she been a girlfriend once.
Yeah.
She been a wife once. Right. So I've been a boyfriend multiple times. Let's just use me for example, okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. But no, as being a boyfriend, and this is one of my issues, and I don't like when a woman expects things from me without telling me.
True.
Like, I don't like.
True.
When I'm your partner, boyfriend, whatever, listen, I'm gonna do what is required in the relationship to make us happy.
Right.
Not the standard of what a boyfriend supposed to be doing. I'm not going to get your hair done if I don't want to. I'm not going to get your toes done if I don't want to.
Right.
That don't come with a requirement, but apparently that comes with a requirement when you are a boyfriend. You need to take your girl out and wine and dine her. Don't get me wrong, I will do that, but that should not be expected for me. That is a gift from me to you.
Yeah,
I can say
That should not be like, okay, here go my contract. These are the lists.
Right.
Sign on the dotted line.
Right.
If you said no, and vice versa. If you're my girlfriend, I expect for you to be you.
Right.
Whatever that means, that's you.
Right.
This is the time that we are building. This is the time that I'm learning you. You are learning me. If there's certain things that I like, I will open my mouth and tell you.
Exactly.
And vice versa. I will hope you open your mouth and tell me so I get to learn you. Exactly. Don't sit there and get mad because I'm not doing X, Y, and
Z. Yeah.
How would I know?
Right. And that's the key word. You don't know.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, expectations in a sense. Right. Like they see it, but you don't, and it's like, how can I even fathom to even do that if you're not communicating with me? Like, they're invisible to me.
Exactly.
Like
key word she said.
Expectation.
No. Communication.
Yeah.
Communication. I'm not a mind reader.
That's true.
I'm sorry, I don't sit here with a thing over my head and a globe in front of me.
Is that exactly. For you?
What?
Communicating?
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
I would say everybody in this room, that's a pet peeve. Like I think that's like the number one pet peeve.
And also understanding.
Yes,
but see, that's tricky.
A good one.
See, that's tricky though. That's
really?
Because not to jump to the next segment, but let's just do it. Understanding, what do that mean to you?
For you to understand me, and what I mean by that is understand who I am, understand my emotion side, understand my side when I'm happy, understanding my side if I'm confused about something. I need God not to make a decision for me, but to understand what I'm going through, and then give me good information that can help me to make the correct decision I need to. So in order for that to happen, it has to be communication, and it has to be an understanding. Like, here, I understand you, I get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Understanding to not agree, but just be knowledgeable of, I get it.
Yes.
So it's like, you don't have to agree to everything that I say or do. No. But if you, like, have a sense of, I get where you're coming from. Do I agree? No. But I get it. Like, I get the part where you're trying to say.
Right.
Okay, cool. You get me.
Right.
I'm not asking you to, like, understand every little thing about me. No, you're not gonna you're gonna disagree with certain things, but at least you have an idea of where I'm coming from. But okay, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I still get you.
And be honest.
That's all I want.
Right. Yeah. And be honest about it. Don't say you agree with me when you really don't agree with me. Because now I'm gonna have an attitude.
Or I understand you really don't understand.
Yeah. Well, I just said it just to shut you up. Oh.
Now I'm mad. Like, really?
Oh.
Okay.
Don't come near me. don't. Yeah. Listen. Go on the other side. Don't even sleep in the same. No. Okay. Because now I'm looking at you as you not being true. Are you a liar? You see what I'm saying? That's another pet peeve. I can't stand liars.
Okay.
I can't. Just tell me the truth. So if it hurts, it hurts. But at least I can go back and say, well, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Be truthful with people, because only when you agree with everything.
Yeah, that don't even sound right.
But to some people it does. Some people want to say, well, everything I say he or she agrees with. That's first of all, it's not a friendship, and that's definitely not a relationship. No. You see what I'm saying? And that's a sign of saying he or she really don't want to be with you.
I'm pretty sure that person is not with that person. He's probably somewhere else. Probably checked out a long time
ago.
Long time ago.
I just come when I want to.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm bored.
Like,
jeez.
I guess I'll call you today.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do.
Okay, I'll call you 2 months.
Yeah, I got nothing else to do. I'm bored. So, okay, now, the understanding, you actually broke it down in a well thought out, explanation. That sounded like that you had a long time to actually go through that stuff like that. But let's just say, like, the audience. I mean, actually, even for you, like, you can say that because you had that understanding with your husband for 20-something years. Now, this understanding does not happen overnight.
That's true.
Like, people just won't just like, oh, okay, I'm dating you. I get you. I understand you. I know what to say. I know when to say. How can you relay that to your partner? Or did you relay that to your partner, when you start dating? Exactly in that way? Or did it happen over time? Like, did you give them bits and pieces when things like came up on what you needed and what you didn't need in a relationship? Or did you already know what you wanted when it comes down to the communication plus the understanding.
Right. Well, in the beginning, first thing I said to Eric, and I said, well, my thing is, I'm big on communication. You know what I mean? I said, so if there's something that is bothering you, you need to talk to me. Something's bothering me. I need to feel like I can talk to you. Dating is like training, right? Okay. So to the fact where, we're dating, we're getting to know one another. It's like a new job.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You're getting to learn that job. You're getting to know that job, the insides and out. And the more you spend time at that job and doing that job, you perfect that job. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So in a relationship, the more we spend together, and I'm not telling you all to be face to face. We could be on the phone talking. Now you got FaceTime, you got all this kind of stuff. 27 years ago, we didn't have that. We just had a telephone. And set up a date and then we'll see you. You see what I'm saying? Wow. So it was more.
I'm sorry. I was like,
she like
my left. I was like, wait a minute.
Listen, like for a minute I thought about like 20 years like, oh my god, like she's right.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't Zoom. Like we had to pick up the phone and actually call.
Exactly.
Like literally pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing?
Face reaction.
Yeah, like sit there and talk.
No, because I know me, if I'm dating you, like I like to like hear your voice sometimes, like, but I want to like touch you. Like, are you still there? Like, I like that. But like, did you leave me? Like, I want to. Like, right?
But see, the thing about it is, remember, I lived in Springfield. Eric lived in Connecticut. You know what I mean? So there's a 30-minute ride distance. To see each other.
That's not that bad though.
No, it's not that bad. But if we were living in the same city, we would have seen each other more often. You see what I'm saying? Gotcha. So basically, our relationship was built on communication
and trust.
Well, because let me tell you something. Because his ex was still here. I remember I'm 30 minutes away. Now, don't y'all get me wrong. Me and my 5-speed Tracer be on the highway, blinking eye, But the thing about it is, we knew we started off in the beginning being honest with each other. You see what I'm saying? So when that started out there, and let me tell y'all something too. If you lie in the beginning of the relationship, the truth will catch up to that lie and expose you.
Eventually.
So it's not worthy. It's not worthy of it. Just be honest in the beginning. If there's certain things that people do that aggravate you, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Tell the individual, because I'm not a mind reader. Yeah. So if I said something to you, Ty, that you didn't like, and I keep saying it, but all of a sudden I feel like, why Ty not talking to me? Why he's so distant? What's up? Yeah. Me, I'd be like, Ty, what's up? Yeah. But if you never told me, there's nothing I can do about to change that because you didn't communicate that with me. You see what I'm saying? Right. So in a relationship, the same thing. It takes time to get to know one another. I'm not gonna know you right at the bat. No. And if you tell me. If you tell me everything, thank you, Deonna.
I shouldn't.
I don't want to know everything about you.
I don't want to know about your past. No. Give me bits and pieces over time. And I mean like bits and pieces. Like this much.
Yeah.
Like, wait, hold on. Like this much.
Like.
Because I can't take this much.
Exactly.
I need this much.
Exactly. And it may not even come up until something happens that triggers that conversation. You see what I'm saying?
But that's growth, I feel like. Because you're growing with that person. If you tell a person everything, like how you are from the gate, it's like, why am I even with you? I know you. I basically know you. What's new? So it's like you're at that point you're boring.
Thank you.
It's like
I like that.
It is like you're. Like, I know your past. I know everything that happened. Like you're. What are you gonna tell me?
Right. Like I know.
Yeah. All I can tell you is about me. I don't want to talk about me all the time. Like it's boring too. Like,
I don't want to talk about myself. No, I'm just
saying.
I do like that. Like the word understanding, and that was going to be like another segment for the show, is because a lot of people use that word. A lot of people throw that word around like it's like easy, and just like the word love, like people throw the word love around like, oh, I love you, or I understand you, but do you really understand that person? Or are you really taking the time to understand a person? And even in my relationship, like my partner said that, pretty much she understands me, but I can put it out there like, nah, it took, and even now, like it's better. But that's one of my pet peeves. Don't tell me you understand me when your actions is clearly showing me. Yeah, you don't understand me.
Yeah, action speaks louder than words.
And the whole love thing, I don't like that either.
Oh,
I say like you like the idea of me. You don't love me. You just like the idea.
Come on, Dee. You better say it.
Love is when like, ooh,
yeah,
ooh.
Like hard times. Like I still by your side. Like that's
See, and it's funny, and I think that's a maturity thing or a Libra thing. Stop me if I'm wrong. My definition of love is not when we happy. It's when we are dead broke on the bottom, or I can't even say dead broke, but when we're going through some hard times and we look at each other like, yo, whatever we have to do. Keyword, the phrase starts with we, not I, what you, but what we have to do to get through this.
That's right.
We're going to get through this together.
That's right.
Like, that's how I define love. I don't define love by holding hands, kissing you, giving you flowers, or when times are good, you infatuated with me. Like, no. I can produce that any day.
Right.
Like, that's easy.
Yeah.
Love is when everything hits the fan and you don't see no way out, but you want to stick with that person because you not see the benefits.
That's it.
But you want to stick with that person because you want the best overall for your relationship.
See,
that's how I define love.
People got to understand you can love someone, but are you in love with that individual?
That's true.
Now I'm in love with my husband, and it'd be 27 years July 31st. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, listen, you mess with him, you messing with me. You mess with me, you messing with him. You know what I'm saying?
All over. Come on, what?
You know. So we passed that honeymoon stage. You know, so when we go through together. Like, all right, so what we gonna do? It's like, you know, we thug. Like, what's up?
Bonnie and Clyde, let's what?
Yeah, what we need to do.
Say so.
Okay, you ready? We roll in the morning. You ready?
Let's go.
Oh, okay. You know, throw on your tin boots and some. Let's go. Let's do this.
Bring the Vaseline.
Some sneakers.
No in the earring. No in the earring.
Give me those with the Vaseline.
Take your cap and wig off. Put on the side. You know. Yeah.
Do
you
this.
know. But that's what it's all about. It's all about, like, listen, we are a team, babe. When you struggle, I struggle. When I struggle, we together.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We had a church building in Springfield, so we went there to do something. I was like, babe, you know what? You down. He's like, that's one thing that I fell in love with you about, because you know when I asked you to do something, you be like, okay, what time? What time I need to be there? I'm ready. Let's go. I'm like, because that's what it's all about.
That is.
If that's the case, then I shouldn't even be with you. You know? So because that's my heart. That's my boo. You know? That's my boo. Like, and then you mess with any of me or mine. Yo, man.
What? No, I definitely love this segment. I definitely love the scenery. Especially it's getting warmer. Y'all definitely will see more of the view here. As I grow, the space will grow, the scenery will grow. I'm getting new equipment, I'm getting new lighting. The podcast is doing very well.
Yay!
The audience is growing, and it's not because of me. I believe it's because of my hosts. I just come up with the topic and they just fill it in. I mean, these are the people that's behind not just my success, but just overall. So just to give you a brief background, I met you a decade ago. Literally a decade ago.
Yep. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a decade ago.
They better look against it.
I was 10, really?
Yeah. Time flies, doesn't it?
I was in elementary.
Yeah, a decade ago.
Yeah. I was in like 4th grade. Ew.
Okay. He's so cute though.
I can't with you. I can't.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
But yes, as she like kind of go back through memory lane and find out that she's a lot younger than what she thinks she is,
Right.
and kind of looking at us like we old and stuff like
Right,
that.
that's exactly what she did.
I know she's like, oh my God, you old. You so old. What, you didn't have cell phones back then?
I know, right? Dinosaur days.
No, we didn't have cell phones back then. Man, but no. These are my co-hosts. I mean, your husband was the first person I met through school, and after that was basically your son. There's no words for that boy right there.
For real.
There's no words.
For real.
One of these days, when he come home, I gotta get him on the show. Devon, like, that would be a very interesting
conversation. Kevin Hart, if you ever get a chance to log on to this podcast, I'm telling you now.
That's your
Devon
twin.
Yes.
That's
just like Kevin Hart, and like, okay. I'm like, Devon.
Yo,
Devon.
that boy.
Yeah.
And then what followed behind that was, then it was you, and then you was like,
I was scared to go.
Yeah.
She sure was.
I was
she was
scared.
Like, I don't want to go.
I ain't gonna die.
Because she
was working out, right?
That was because of me.
What did you tell her?
I'm sorry. See, the truth will come out. I was laughing because I have a hard time doing pull-ups. I have a hard time doing pull-ups, right?
Yep.
And push-ups, I'm like, I can kill it. But with the pull-ups, I couldn't get it. And so I was so embarrassed. I had to use a band to help me bounce back up. I said, Eric, he just embarrassed me. Eric said, Karen, he did. Yes, he did. I don't like him. Not know I'm saying this in front of Deonna. Deonna, you go?
No. I refuse to go. I'm not going.
That was my fault. Sorry.
So the truth comes out. You see that? The truth comes out. I mean, obviously, as you know, over 10 years, I'm not that mean.
No, you're not mean.
I'm a big teddy bear. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all said it. As long as that you honor and respect all of us.
That's right.
I mean, that's what it is. Be truthful, be honest, be upfront. Even 10 years ago, I was still the same person I was. So I think over time, like I got less intimidated, I would say, or I think personally. I don't know.
I just know you a lot better. That's probably
Like, you know what we love about you, Ty, is to the fact where you never changed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, and especially what I loved about you is that what I love about you is that, you know, when we come in to train, it was no, okay, Karen, Deonna, we cool. No, all right, let's go. It's business. I remember one time, Ty made me cry, y'all. I'm gonna tell it.
I got a knack for making people cry.
He made me cry, and I'm not a crier. But I cried that day. I was doing a lip. I don't remember this time.
Oh wow.
My arm now all before I had to do this, but I don't know. Ty probably just made this daggone thing up anyway. But I had to lean over and do a what you call it with the weight, the press. Is it a press where you curl? But I had to lean over.
Bicep curl.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know the name of it. But I was already working my arms like 45 minutes before, during the workout. So Ty said, all right, Karen, get the weights. And I'm like, Ty, my arms are noodles. So? Yo, this dude. So.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go. He had no emotions, not feeling sorry for nothing. No. And I couldn't walk out. So I said, Ty, it hurts. He said, that's a good thing. Keep going. Hey. You better be glad you cussed. I would have cussed you out that day. Thank God for Jesus. I did not. But I did it. That's it. And I did it. And then 2 weeks later, we went every week, right? Yep. We used to come on, I forget the days, we used to come twice out the week. Mm-hmm. And then 2 weeks later, I kid you guys not, I was sitting there and I had messed up my ankle somehow. And Ty was standing behind me and you were filming. And you had said, but never posted because I didn't want it to be posted on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And he said, Karen, I see your cut in your back coming in. Yep. You remember that? Yep. Yo, my head was so big, I couldn't even walk through the daggone door. Yep. But because of his, it was big. I was like, I'll see my back.
Yeah, look. I'm like,
see my back. I was, you couldn't tell me nothing. I would have, man, please. But because of your sincere to training and getting people where they want to be, you never bend, you never flex, you stood on that straight line. Mm-hmm. And for that, we thank you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you could have been like, okay, all right, no. And then you know people. If it's like you come in, and we would come in tired, and we would only give 60%. And Ty was like, you come in here, you got to give me 100. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. When it's business, it's business. And then when it's fun time, it's fun time. But during that time, you never bend, you never flex, you stood your ground. And thank you for that. Yeah. And that's why Devon is where he is. That's where Eric is where he is. You know what I mean? So it's always somebody to come in your life that brings a change. It makes you look at life a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And with that, what are my models?
I before we cut off, I would definitely want to add to that, and that's one thing I would say of my pet peeves of cutting people off. Because I learned that right there is the fact that you can't cut somebody at the root so quickly, because there's a reason why that person in your life. Mm. And it's your job to figure that out, whether it's your job to teach that person or you to learn from that person.
That's right.
And I feel like in the times that 11 years that I was going to school for, it was more for a distraction than anything else. Mm. But I did complete all my degrees that I wanted to, but it was mainly a distraction. And one thing that I learned is I would never turn down a helping hand. Mm. Never. Rather it's coming from a woman or a man. I'm not above anybody on this planet.
Right.
No. Right. I'm not conceited. I'm not arrogant. Stuff like that. I always recognize whoever come in my life, regardless. Like this, I love when somebody teach me something. I love knowledge. Like I'm drawn to people with emotions. Yeah. I'm drawn. That's also my biggest pet peeve. But number 10. And it is funny. Like I this weekend, this week that I had my daughter, we was talking about two things. That daddy's superpower is making people cry. It was funny because every night, I talk about the pros and cons of her day. You know, what did you do? What did you like? What you didn't like? So we can change it up.
Right.
And as I talk, and I mean, y'all can probably test it. Once I get into a topic, like it's like this switch turn on in my head. It's like this voice. It's like a booming voice. Like I want to give you all of my energy, and like I pour all my heart into you to fill you up. So I noticed that. Side topic. My number 11 pet peeve: don't cry around me. So as I was talking, I could see my daughter's eyes watering, and on a sidebar again, I told my daughter, don't cry around me. And I know that was a big mistake in the beginning because she's afraid to cry in front of me because she thinks that that's weakness. And over time, I did correct that. I told her, like, sweetie, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to show your emotions and cry and stuff like that. Right. I did a poor job on communicating to her on why I say certain things. But I did correct that over time. So I think it was Thursday night, we was talking, and I was telling her about my day and stuff like that. And I was telling her how I want her to be confident and I just want her to believe in herself. And I told her that daddy fell multiple times in life and daddy's going to fail again. But the biggest thing that daddy loves to do is every time I fail, I learn something.
That's right.
Like I get back up and I learn something. Right. And as I was talking to her, I can see like her eyes watering up. And normally that would irk me. I'm like, why are you crying? That's normally my response. Why are you crying? But I continued and I kept talking. And after I stopped, I'm like, sweetie, what's wrong? She's like, I don't know, like every time you talk, like it just filled me up with so much joy. Aww. And I just love like how we talk. And she's like, Daddy, like how do you do that? I'm like, that's daddy's superpower. I make everybody cry. Like it doesn't matter who it is. I make everybody cry. I don't care, young or old. Like if you come in my circle and anybody that have done any type of counseling with me, trust me, like within 5 or 6 seconds you crying
or work out
or work out.
My thing was working out.
Like I will make, and it's not like a punishment. Like I believe in everybody that's in my circle.
That's right.
Like I truly, right. I mean, really. If you come into me, I'm going to give you 200%.
That's it.
I'm not going to give you like a half-ass cookie cutter of me. Like, whatever you hear on a podcast or see on YouTube, it's 10 times more of that in real life. Yeah. I'm going to give you all of me. And when you down, I'm going to pick you up and like, we got this. We're going to keep moving. I don't care if you bleeding. I don't care if you sobbing. Like, listen, we going to get through this. Until I know that you can stand on your own 2 feet without me, I got your back.
That's it.
Like, I won't let you fall until I know that you have enough confidence from me to you that you can do this by yourself. You can call me any time of day, night, morning. I don't care. I will always be there to talk to you over the phone. Via text, email, whatever. That's just who I am. And when I was telling my daughter that, she was like, what's my superpower? And I told her, like, you have a big heart.
Oh, God bless her.
The cutest story, and I will cut out on this, is her friends on the playground call her the therapist.
What does that mean?
Why
does that mean?
Like the cutest story that she told me that one of her 2 friends was getting in an argument, and my daughter walked up to one of them like, why are you mad? And she said, why? And the other one, she went up to the other one and said, why are you mad? She said, okay. She was like, this is what y'all gonna do. You're gonna come right here, you stand here, and you stand here. Obviously, the people that's listening, I'm putting to my right, to my left, and my daughter was directly in the middle. And she was like, I want y'all to hug. And they hugged. Jessiana walked away, and both of them came up to them like, thank you so much. And when I heard that, I'm like, sweetie, where the hell you learned that from? She's like, well, I was just doing what you doing. Like, I don't tell people to hug. Like, I don't. No. She's like, yeah, I know, but I'm like, but how did you come up with that? She's like, I don't know. It's just I just see how you talk to people, and I thought, I mean, I can help people out. I'm like, I love you for that.
That is so
I love
sweet.
You for
She's
that.
a sweetheart.
She is.
Oh my gosh. I look at her, I just want to hug her because she's so soft. She is. She's so soft and so sweet.
She definitely wear her heart on her sleeves. My biggest scare in the world was that people were going to take advantage of her, but I'm noticing that she has a high tolerance for people. Unlike me, I have a very low tolerance, so I'm very quick to jump. My daughter is more like, okay, I'm gonna give you chances, type of chances, but once you cross that line, I'm gonna put you in your place.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm gonna put you in place.
Yep.
So that's one thing I am very grateful for.
Me when I was your daughter's age. Like I was the exact same person.
Really?
Yeah.
Like there's been times where I think both my friends got into an argument, and I drew up a contract. I don't know. I was in like third grade. I drew up a contract. And I was like, you're going to play with me on this certain day. You're going to play with me on this certain. So it's even. And I drew up a contract. And they signed it and everything. Until this day, I remember my best friend told me one day that I did it. And I was like, I don't remember that. And she's like, Dad, you drew up a contract, typed it up, and had us sign it. And I was like,
typed it up.
Really? I did that?
In third grade? Like
yeah, like I will play with you during this day. And I'll play with you during the. And I was like, I did that? I was like, okay, so when you talk to your daughter, it's like, that's literally me. Like, that's honestly me. It's crazy.
It's because of me, who I am, like, I'm a very strong individual, and it scares me for having a child that's emotional. Like, it does. It, like, I can't lie. Like, it scares me because I know emotions is a uncut, raw emotion that you can't control. And again, we already talked about my biggest thing is control.
Right. Yeah.
The fact that she has so much emotions, I love that. Like I'm drawn to that. Like I'm drawn to that energy because that's something that I don't possess no more. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know even if I ever had it. Like I just looking at my whole entire lifespan, like I can pretend to have emotions. But was that really genuine?
Yeah. Right.
Like I can't truly say. Right. Like I can say I experienced love once and I experienced friendship once. So out of everything else, it was just going through the emotions. Like I know how to act when certain things with the emotions that may occur. Like graduation, I was happy. I mean, it wasn't like jumping up for joy, but. I mean, when you graduate, I know what you're supposed to do, so I was happy.
He's so wrong. I was happy, but I mean, like
it was. It is what it is. Like, okay, I got my diploma. I'll be back a couple more months to get another one. So it was like, hey, I'm not done yet, so why should I celebrate now? But no, like just seeing her with her emotions, and it just. I don't know. It just makes me feel like I can be a part of that world and like experience something that I never experienced before. And again, not to keep talking about my pet peeves of emotions, but I think that's why I'm so drawn to people with so much emotions because I know the fact that I would never control it, and it's not that I'm looking to control it, but it's something that I don't possess. Like, and I don't know what that feels like to. Just feel something so much that it consumes you that you have no control just to say or act on that. For me, it's like, okay, I see every pieces on the chessboard. I know what movements to play. I know when to play. I know when not to play. It's like to live with your emotions, you don't see no moves. You act. Like whether it's right or wrong, you just act. That's true. And you just deal with the consequences later.
Right. That is true.
It's just like, hey, okay, well, I messed up. Cool. For me, it was like, if I messed up, like, okay, I messed up because I didn't purposely listen to myself to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So I'm taking personal responsibility for my actions because I know if I would have did this would have been the outcome. Instead of like, well, I was feeling some type of way. No, I wasn't feeling no type of way. There was no feelings. It was none. And with that say, we out.